you very much for chatting to me today. We'd like to talk about Sachin Tendulkar. He's going to retire soon. How good a player was he?
A great player. One of the best that have walked onto a cricket field. And, for a guy with his stats in terms of matches played and runs scored, trophies won, I think that if there's one praise I can definitely heap on him is that he most likely have had the greatest cricketing career of all time.
And what was he like to play against, to captain against?
Always worrying. When you're coming up against Sachin, it's always a privilege and an honor, but a big worry for any captain. But just sort of sharing a match with him, or a cricket field with him, is something very, very special. We always look forward to it as a team, and on occasions he got the better of us, and other occasions we got the better of him. But all in all, is that his performances over the years, not just against the winners of world cricket, but against everybody, the best teams in the world, was something very, very special to have a look at.
And you two are often compared as the modern era's the greatest batsman. How do you like that comparison with Sachin? And what do you think about that?
It's first of all, it's not a comparison. I feel that he brought something very unique to the game. I hope that I did the same, and the fact that to be mentioned in the same breath as Sachin is something anybody would be proud of. So just that alone, I'm very, very proud of. But I look at him, and even if I'm not comparing players, I like to look for players and what they bring to the game. The Dravids, Tendulkars, Kallis, Ricky Ponting. It's no need to compare and say who's better or who's not. But to be mentioned with a Sachin Tendulkar is something that I'll take to my grave.
And what will be your one abiding memory of Sachin as a cricketer when he finally hangs up his boots and his bat?
I just think it's friendly nature. For someone who, for 15, 20 years with our career sort of coinciding with each other, and all the talk about, Sachin versus Brian or whatever the case may be, I just think his affable way of dealing with things was very special for me. I have great respect for him. He has respect for me, and the friendship for me it's key. That's the one thing. There's many things that happen on the cricket field. He's done some of the greatest deeds that you've ever any sporting public has seen. Everybody would have an opinion on who is the best batsman or who is their preferred batsman or bowler or whatever the case may be. I think the legacy he's left is that he embarked on, at age 16, on what has now become the greatest cricketing career of all time. That is one thing I feel I can say with no argument from anybody else. You got the Sir Donald Bradmans and the Sir Frank Worrell and all these great cricketers. But if any young cricketers then embark on a career like Sachin had 25 plus years ago, I want to see that. But he's set the bar in terms of a cricketer, and for the 20th century, the 21st century now, it's hard to see anybody accumulating the amount of matches played, the amount of runs scored, the impact that he's had on so many people, not just in India, and we know how many people live in India, but right around the cricketing globe. He has impacted a lot of people, and that's, for me, is his greatest legacy.